Hi, hello and welcome. This is the interview with Illia, a draftsman and BIM manager at the practice Baukultur in South Australia. This clip was used to put together the full-length documentary Behind Closed Doors, The Life of an Architect. If you're thinking of entering the architecture or interior profession, you've got to see it. That link is going to be up above or in the description below to check that out. But without further ado, let's get on with the interview.
My name is Illia Karagianis and I'm a draftsman, and I've also taken on the BIM management role.
Awesome. How long have you been doing that for?
I first started drafting back in '96. Worked for three practices. Worked for Hassel and then Grieve Gillette, and then came back to Hassel, and now with Baukultur.
And so why drafting or BIM managing? What made you want to do that?
It went back to high school and I just liked technical drawing. Back in tech studies we had back then, you'd do like woodwork and metalwork, and you'd have to actually draw up what you wanted to make, and I actually enjoyed doing the drawing part of it. Went from there really. As I went through uni, I learned how to do manual drafting, and then by the time I came out, computers were just starting with the CAD. My first job was actually doing manual drafting, and then I got into the CAD side of it, and I did a course and I found that pretty cool. Then it evolved into what is now Revit. The BIM management side of it has just come through just learning more and more about Revit and the intricacies with it and what it can do, what it can't do, and how to develop it to make it do what you want to do. And it just evolved into that.
What do you spend your time on outside of the office? Do you have any hobbies outside of architecture or drafting?
Most of it's family. But I do like, I've got a classic car, and I spent a bit of time on that, and it's a ZC Fairlane.
Oh, okay.
So it's a 1970 Fairlane. It's got a pretty powerful motor in it, and I get out with my daughter and we just cruise around and tinker with that, and I've been doing that since about 9 years old.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how well would you feel like your education prepared you for the profession?
A 6.
And why is that? What do you think are some of the biggest differences from studying compared to work?
In study, there's no clients. Well, you got deadlines, but it's not money driven or budget driven, or constraints with mechanical and with consultants and structure and things like that. I mean, I didn't do an architecture course, I did a drafting course, so we were more studying on the technical side, but we did actually go into that a little bit, but it didn't prepare us for what we do outside. That's the biggest thing that I've found, and that you can only really learn once you start working anyway.
Just if you could sum up your experience in your drafting course, if you could sum it up in one word or sentence, how would you describe it?
I found it exciting at the time because I enjoyed learning how to refine what I liked doing, also the math side of it, and learning how to actually work things out and make things work on paper. It's not like being out in the force as well, the workforce. But yeah, I did enjoy it. It was good. Well, it's a bit more.
It's a little bit more. Do you have any special morning rituals or routines that you do, whether it be as soon as you wake up or when you get into the office?
Not really. My mornings are sort of taken up with kids and getting them ready for school and then dropping them off school. So that's my routine really at the start of the day. And then when I come to work, it's just set up and then start looking at emails and seeing what I have to pay attention to today.
Cool. And then during the day, what tasks take up most of your time? What do you spend most of your time on?
Well, at the moment, it's dealing with the builders for BICE and dealing with RFIs and workflows and shop drawings and things like that. When I'm working on buildings that aren't in construction, most of my time is spent coordinating with consultants to make sure that everything's working in the building, working with everyone in the office to get it out on paper and get it working.
What do you enjoy most about what you do here at Baukultur?
I like working with everybody here. We're all sort of handpicked to start together with the guys. I really just enjoy my day here and working with everybody in the office. It's an awesome team, and we just gel, which makes coming to work really good.
What would be your least favourite thing about doing what you do?
I don't know, actually.
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. Nothing comes to mind that I don't like. Nothing really.
That's really good. On a scale of 1 to 10, with what you're doing now being the dream job and the 1 being it's a living hell,
Yep.
How would you rank what you do on a scale of 1 to 10?
It'd be up there. It'd be the 9-10 mark.
That's awesome.
It's.
And why is that?
I just look forward to coming to work, working with the people that we're working with, and working on the jobs that we've got the opportunity to work on. And yeah, there's not a lot of negatives there, which is good.
And it's quite flexible as well.
It's very flexible. We can work from home, we can work from here, and so having a family, that works really well, because like if something comes up and I have to stay at home a little bit longer, there's no problem, no issue with it, as long as at the end of the day you get done what you need to get done.
If you could go back to when you first started your education, I guess, what suggestions or advice would you give to your younger self? Is there anything you would do differently?
Yeah. I probably would have taken the opportunity to do the architecture course. That's probably what I would have done.
Why is that?
I do now basically a lot of things an architect does, but I think I could have learnt more if I did the course as well. Yeah, so I'd probably do that.
How bloody cool was that? If you haven't checked out the full-length film Behind Closed Doors, The Life of an Architect, you've got to set some time aside for that, because it's pretty incredible what some of these guys have to share with you, some information and resources that will be really helpful if you're thinking about studying architecture or you just want to get an insight into the profession. So if you want to check that out, you can click that button to the side here, or if you just want to go on with the next interview, check out that button to the side there. Catch you there.